Hi YouTube, so today we're actually going to be braiding my little brother's hair. So he actually has a different type of hair than the type of hair I normally braid on this channel. He has more of like a 4C hair texture, but we went ahead and we started off on blow dried hair. I blow dried it the best that I could, and when I started this style, I didn't really have a plan. I looked at some inspo pics, but I didn't really have like a I'm for sure going to do this. So you'll see me a lot of times braiding and unbraiding things, and also trying to figure out the part. So we're going to start off with a middle part, and we're going to do two small braids close to the middle. Okay, so here I'm just taking some braiding wax and I'm just putting that along his scalp and his hair so that the braids lay down. That's the one I'm using for this video. I kind of just used whatever my brother already had. And so now I'm going to braid these two, or this first braid down to the scalp. And what we're going to do is you want to always start your cornrow at the front. You want to braid it like a normal plait for like 2 or 3 repetitions, and then you want to start braiding and make sure your braid at the beginning look a whole lot better. Okay, so here you'll see that I'm actually only braiding this braid halfway down his head, and then I'm just going to plait off the rest. Later on in the video, you'll see that I'll incorporate this braid into the braid next to it. But I just did this for the first 2 middle braids, and you can tell me if you like it and if you like this style overall. I wasn't really too crazy about it when I finished, but I still decided to post it because I thought maybe somebody might like it. But if you would like to, you could comment down below and tell me how you feel about it. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you didn't like the braids halfway down, let me know. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, I didn't really have a plan on this style. So what I decided to do is just go ahead and part off the side braid because I wasn't sure how I wanted the middle to look, but I knew for a fact I wanted the side braids to like wrap around and go straight back. So I went ahead and parted off that and braided that section all the way down. Okay, so now I'm going to actually part off one of the middle braids, and this is one of the braids that I was talking about that's going to get the other little tiny braid fed into it. So I wanted to do like kind of a crisscross. I wanted to practice my crisscrosses on this. So that's why I'm doing all these like feed-ins and braiding overs and all this kind of stuff. You'll see more of like the crisscross later, but this is the braid that's going to be the feed-in. Okay, so right about here, I grabbed the tail of that farther braid and I braided into this braid so that it makes a crisscross. But when you do that, you have to be really careful and make sure you don't lose any tightness with your grip, because as you can see right here, the braid starts looking a little funky. I'm going to undo it and redo it again, but that could happen if you try to braid the little tail and you could loosen your grip and it could look weird. Okay, so here, just like in math, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same process on the other half of his head. I'm going to do the first side braid, and then I'm going to do the middle braid that transition into the crisscross. So yeah, just watch me do it again, I guess. Okay, so now this section is going to be a crisscross. So I'm going to first part it going vertically, and then once I feel like that part is straight enough, I'm going to go ahead and part it going horizontally. So you should have 4 sections, and this is how you make a crisscross. So you have one section at the top, or 2 sections at the top, one on one side, one on the other, and 2 at the bottom, one on one side, one on the other, and you're going to tie off diagonal sections. So you have 2 diagonal sections that are untied and 2 that are tied. And then I'm going to go ahead and put all the braiding wax on this. And you'll see what I do. You're going to have to start with the top half and braid it back just like a normal braid. And then you do a couple of repetitions in the middle, and then you go ahead and transition over to that other side. So just go ahead and watch. Okay, so now in this section, you're going to go ahead and braid over top of that braid that you just did. When you do your couple of repetitions in the middle, you're going to make sure it crosses over that braid. I will say though, this crisscross, like I said before, I was practicing, so it's not as clean as I hoped it would be, but it didn't look horrible. It just wasn't as perfect as I would want it to be. But my brother ended up saying that he loved it and he was happy with it. So that's why I still decided to go ahead and post this video. But you see how that crosses over each other and it makes like an X? So he has a braid going straight back, a crisscross, and then another crisscross in the middle that's slightly different with two smaller braids. So overall, I think it was a good practice. So now, just like before, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. But while I do, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And please go ahead and comment down below and tell me what you think. I will try my best to answer to everybody within a timely fashion. But this is how it ended up. Like I said, he liked it. So I guess that's all that matters, really. Thanks for watching. Bye.